Well, hello and welcome to another Thursday Live. Sorry, I'm a little tardy, working with upgraded broadcasting system here. So I want to welcome each and every one of you here today. And this is our Thursday Live here at the Association of PEMF Providers. And today we're going to be, again, just going through what we call our back to the basics, and going to be talking more in general as opposed to going really in depth on the medical side, as far as talking about descriptions and how we often, as providers, just start going into the Greek and the Latin, and everybody just kind of gets glazed over. So what I wanted to do for you today is to talk about going into stem cells, and what we'll be talking about. What are they? Why are they special? And how PEMF plays a role. And again, I apologize. I got a little bit of a frog in my throat still. So if my voice goes out on me, it's not your speaker system, it's my speaker system. So with that, what are stem cells? Why are they special, and how PEMF plays a role? So right out of the gate, what are stem cells? And way down microscopically, we've got our blood cells, and they provide oxygen. Well, our body is made of a matrix of cells. We've got specialized cells that make muscles, specialized cells that make bone, specialized cells that make brain, specialized cells that make ligaments. In fact, any of you that have ever taken a course called histology, that is the course where you learn about how different tissues are made up and what cells are made up of, how those cells are created, how they're maintained, if they're damaged, how they repair. And one of the things that is used in repairing are stem cells. And a stem cell it's kind of like a blank cell, and whatever it touches or comes in contact with, it becomes. So it's a really cool cell. It's a way of introducing a repair system to go in and repair the tissue of what it's supposed to be. And they're pretty smart cells. They're it's such a specialized cell. And some of you have already had maybe injections in your knee with stem cells. And again, they'll take it from your blood or your bone marrow, spin it down, pull out the stem cells, put it in another needle, go back in and inject it, hoping that this matrix of cells goes in, and then whatever it wraps itself around or engulfs, it'll turn into. And that's what stem cell therapy is all about. Now, in the world of PEMF, we know that a pulsed electromagnetic field can influence stem cells by promoting their proliferation and differentiation, particularly in the context of bone regeneration, where PEMF therapy is often used to stimulate the activity of mesenchymal stem cells to form new bone tissue. Essentially, PEMF acts as a signal that can encourage stem cells to develop into specific cell types needed for healing and tissue repair. So that's the quote that you want to keep. I've got a link to one of our research papers online that you can get to as well. So how does that look? Well, if you were to just look at the basics. So here we've got PEMF. It goes and it could be on an animal too. I just picked humans. So you use it on them, and then it generates stem cells. That's the basic concept. Now, what happens next is depending on where the stem cells are created, that's when things happen. So if you've created stem cells and it's in the bone, then you're going to get new bone. It's we talked about that last time on our as far as bone healing and osteoclastic and osteoblastic activity, and PEMF is really good for repairing bone. Oh, this is really cool. Hi, Sheena. Let me pull this up real quick. Speaking of bone, Sheena talks about her broken hand at 7 weeks, and the doctor was astonished at how fast it healed, and it was the equivalent of 4 to 6 months healing. So it's not just in the research. We actually have a person that's got this. I've used it over broken bones with casts and had it heal faster. I've got a woman right now, I think I talked about her, broke her shoulder. She's a piano player, so she's out. Her livelihood is gone for right now, but she's coming in and using PEMF, and I'm excited to see what her next test results will be. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Sheena. That's exactly what this is all about. So again, if you were to go in and use stem cells on bone, then you're going to get new bone. If you can create stem cells and put it in your ligament, then you're going to get new ligament. If you do blood, you're going to get new blood. If you do muscle, you're going to get new muscle. That's the basic concept to have for this. And Sheena adds a couple more things here. So she did it twice a day for 2 weeks after the injury. So there's a good frequency to think about if you're thinking about helping somebody repair bone, or helping a human or an animal repair bone. So this is the concept that I want you to have when we think about these things. And if PEMF is placed over an area and it can go in deep enough so that it goes to the area that's injured, and it can create stem cells surrounding that injury, and those stem cells can in turn come in contact with the injured cell, then it can mimic it, become it, and then begin to repair. So if you can get the concept down, that's basically what it is. Now, there's a whole bunch of science behind that. You don't need to know that unless you're in a conference with other scientists, and therefore you should probably be another scientist so that you can answer all these questions. But we've kind of done some of the work as far as going out there. And again, we've got so I want to double check here. There we go. So there is we've got like 5 different research articles on our site, but you can also go out on the web and find some things too. But for this one, post-electromagnetic field therapy has been studied in relationship to its effects on stem cells, and research has shown that PEMF can influence various aspects of stem cell behavior and function. For example, studies have demonstrated that PEMF can affect the differentiation of human mesenchymal stem cells, leading to changes in gene expression and cell differentiation. And additionally, PEMF has been found to promote the proliferation of tissue-derived stem cells and enhance their ability to differentiate into various cell types. Now, that right there can be found on our AOPP website. So PEMFprofessionals.com, you go to our research, and I just typed in the keyword stem cells, but this one is PEMF and stem cells. So if you want the entire link that goes through the article that I just quoted from, you can. But also, there is so much out there on the internet now as far as research, and you want to make sure it comes from a research facility versus somebody's blog post where they talk about it. Even though that has great information, just like Sheena was talking about, that's great information. However, it's not been done under a microscope, double-blind study, all of those things, so it can't qualify for research in terms of research. But she's got a user experience, and we've just seen it too with this broadcast, so we know that it works and that it's out there. It's just that we can't quote it because of or we can't use it in a scientific study. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. So again, as long as you get that concept down, as far as when we place it over an area, broken bone creates more stem cells to help that bone heal, creates the activity needed for that. Now, just think about, we've talked in the past, burn victims. We've talked about osteoporosis, osteopenia, all of those things on what this device is designed to do. I just had a brand new client come into the clinic. We did a session on their back. She was a volleyball player. She tore some muscles in her back. She's been in physical therapy for 4 weeks, still having a lot of pain and problems. And then they found out about my clinic and using PEMF. So she and her mom came in and she used PEMF for 20 minutes on her back. And I didn't preload her brain on what to expect, because I didn't want her to mimic or repeat what I had said. I want her to give me, from her own brain and mind and body, the experience and what she felt. And she stood up, and you've had this experience too. You kind of look around inside your eyes and in your head, because you're like checking parts of your body with your eyes, which is an interesting concept. But she said, well, it kind of feels a little different, but I am walking differently than I was when I came in. So again, we don't really have a ton of tests that I did on her prior to her using it, but afterwards she noticed the difference. I didn't have to ask her if she noticed the difference walking, if she noticed the difference poking on it. She volunteered those pieces of information, and that's what you'll find with PEMF when people are using this. So again, that's the concept. Those cells in those areas going in. It also, of course, reduces inflammation. That's the other great thing about PEMF. And that pretty much concludes today. It's very short and sweet. I want to give you, again, basic information. And, what stem cells are. We know that they are a mappable cell that is generic. And when it comes in contact with another cell, it morphs into that cell. And that's why they are so special. And PEMF plays a role by getting in there and creating that situation. The body does that also. It's going to get in there. But this helps replicate that at a much faster system. And so you'll have great experience with that. Those of you that use PEMF already, been using it for years or months, already know about that. And so we've got just a ton of that stuff going on. Kathy, you're welcome, Kathy. Thanks for watching today. And Melissa, thanks for hopping on and being a part of today's live. Again, this is part of our Back to the Basics series, and it's designed to give you a very simplistic overview without getting into too much minutia of the detail. So again, I want to thank you very much for the short time that we spent today. But things that you can do, there's so many people now that are looking for PEMF and what it can do. So we've got things that you can do. You can like and share. Terry, thanks. You're welcome. And we got Angie saying hi too. Thanks, Angie. You're welcome. We've got lots of places where you can go. We're of course live on Facebook right now, but we're also live on LinkedIn and on YouTube. We've got our Instagram. So if you can jump in today and like, share all of these places, you again increase our algorithm so that we become more organically out there for other people that are looking for these things. I wanted to jump in here. Okay. Also, we have a members only. So those of you that are members, part of your membership, we've got a lot of great things that are in there. And we'll be talking about that too. First of the year, we've got some really good stuff that we want to also add to membership to make it of value to you on an annual basis. But our membership area is a place where we can go in and have very in-depth conversations about things PEMF that we wouldn't necessarily do on the broader Facebook page where we are right now. And again, our code of ethics, who we are, what we're all about, all things PEMF. We love to get in a discussion on what they are. Companies that use PEMF and companies that say they use PEMF. We want to be on the lookout for that too, and also help protect you. So we've got lots of great things down the pipeline. And again, if you are interested in becoming a member, PEMFprofessionals.com is where you go, and it's very easy to join. You get certified in animals, large animals, humans, kind of the area that you want to branch out to in your expertise. To get certification from a national organization, we are also in the process of getting that certification so that it is recognized by the institutes that give out national recognition certifications. But you'll see that in our things that we're working on too. And Lauren's been great at getting that going, and also our process as far as moving forward and being a nonprofit, that's in the process too. So lots of great stuff in the pipeline. So with that, I want to thank you today, and I look forward to seeing you on our next live. We are going to be here next week. It's the week of Thanksgiving that will be shut down, of course. So I will see you again next week on another Thursday Live. Take care and keep on PEMFing.